Where millionaires put their money. The 8 asset classes. Millionaires and billionaires invest their money in a variety of ways. When you hear the word millionaire, certain people come to mind like Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, who recently bought Twitter and is the richest man in the world, with a net worth of $203 billion. That's billion with a B. You think of Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, which is part of everyone's lives nowadays, and is currently worth $126 billion. Bill Gates, co-founder of Microsoft, with a net worth of $111 billion, and Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha, the one name you can't escape when it comes to talking about finance and stocks, at $103 billion, and many more. Beginners in the field of personal finance regularly wonder, where do these people keep their money? In this video, I'll do my best to answer that question, so make sure to watch until the end, give it a like and subscribe with the notification bell on so you get notified when my next video comes out. I'll do my best to teach you about finances and how to make money online. So here are the 8 options the wealthy consider when it comes to investing and retaining their assets. 1. Cash and equivalents. Cash equivalents and cash are a specific type of assets that include things like currency and all short-term investments that you can very quickly turn into cash. The primary reason people invest in cash and equivalents so often is that it requires very little to no effort on your part. What this means is that it's basically the safest way of investment you could ever make. Imagine the following. There's a huge drop in market prices due to something like a war, so stocks and other assets would most likely plummet. But since you have most of your money in cash, you wouldn't even care, as your assets would be safe. Some millionaires acquire their wealth through high-paying jobs, and these individuals usually have 25 to 35 of their investment portfolio sitting nice and tightly in cash. Really wealthy people also prefer to keep their money in multiple deposit accounts, as other accounts tend to have restriction on interest rates, so these tend to be their go-to. Stocks and funds. If there's one thing all millionaires have in common, it is their love for funds and stocks. They always have diverse portfolios, as this allows them to increase their wealth while learning about different markets, making it a great way to make money and to improve your knowledge. You can buy stocks related to so many different markets, and there are so many other things like the possibility to short or long a stock, making stocks the preferred way for the rich to keep their wealth in. A lot of people have become rich and increased their wealth by investing in the right stocks, or simply investing at the right time, which is why they've become very normal to talk about, and probably are something you too are interested in. Things like index funds, mutual funds, and stocks are all examples of different types of asset classes. They all have their own advantages and disadvantages, which is why you need to carefully do your due diligence before selecting one and starting to invest. The wealthy tend to have 20 to 25% of their money in stocks, while some choose to have even more. Higher risk means higher rewards. While the more rich and experienced choose stocks, beginners often choose mutual funds because they provide liquidity. They have the option to sell their shares and manage investments, all the while keeping low costs. 3. Businesses. Most of today's millionaires make their fortune or increase their wealth by tremendous amounts due to their businesses. Think of all the people from before: Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos. Nonetheless, it's an excellent way to invest because you're continuing to expand your investor's portfolio and putting your assets in something that can also generate revenue. Once a millionaire has achieved success, he or she does not simply invest in new businesses without first carefully evaluating them. Instead, they usually have a team of people who evaluate the options and make the final decision. As a result, investing in businesses is not as simply as it may appear at times. This option has advantages, but like everything, it also has disadvantages. Millionaires take a lot of risks in order to build their wealth. Investing in potentially successful businesses is a great way to do so. Individuals with capital can also invest in smaller businesses or even startups. They buy a piece of the company and become owners, just like in the stock market. The distinction is that these pieces are not publicly traded, in the same way that stocks are. 4. Real estate. Many millionaires use real estate as one of their asset classes. There's a reason this option is so popular. If you know what you're doing, it's one of the safest investment options. In comparison to stocks, the real estate market is far more stable. Millionaires can purchase properties, which can provide them with a diversified portfolio as well as cash flow if, for example, they rent their properties. Beginner investors may not consider real estate as their first investment option due to the large amount of money required to start. This alternative may work for you in the course of time. Even though real estate is a safer investment than stocks or cryptocurrencies, there is still some risk involved. It's a convenient way to keep money, but you must still evaluate it. When millionaires want to keep their assets and invest in real estate, they must look at a variety of properties and try to pick the best ones to invest in, which can take days, weeks, or even months. It is possible to lose money in real estate, and it often requires a large sum of money to get started in this asset, so in that way, it isn't beginner friendly at all, even though it is considered a really safe and really good investment. 5. Commodities. For these people, keeping money requires weighing different options, as we've seen. One of these options are commodities. Commodities include various valuable metals and other assets in which you can invest, such as gold, silver, or even farm animals. If you don't want to deal with fluctuating market prices, this option may be ideal for you, as commodities have very stable prices. However, you must still determine what option will best help you reach your goals. The disadvantage of investing in commodities is that they require storage and a variety of other things that you may not want to deal with. If you buy physical gold, for example, you'll need a place to keep your gold bars. Storage can be a problem, especially if you need to ensure the safety of your assets. Another reason some investors dislike commodities is that they do not provide high returns on investment. Investing in commodities, on the other hand, allows you to protect your assets from inflation. Prices will rise, but your money will usually be safe. Before we continue, a quick reminder to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this content. Comment down below. What would you like me to talk about? Now back to the assets. 6. Cryptocurrencies. With the introduction of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology, a lot of things changed. Although they've been around for some years, they're still relatively new and their acceptance and usage has been skyrocketing in the last few years. Compared to something like commodities, cryptocurrencies are still in their infancy, but they've quickly become a staple and one of the most popular ways for millionaires and billionaires to store their assets. Cryptocurrencies are almost never the biggest part in their investment portfolio and tend to be around 10 to 15%. Cryptocurrencies are digital assets that, unlike traditional currencies, are not governed by a bank or a government entity. Investing in cryptocurrencies means you are completely reliant on the market value of the coins you are purchasing. They use blockchain technology to secure transactions and regulate the creation of new currency. Investors frequently choose cryptos because of the blockchain. This type of technology lowers the chances of being a victim of fraud since every transaction is public. Some billionaires, such as Elon Musk, invest in cryptocurrencies because they believe these will change the future of the world. When investing in cryptocurrencies, however, you must take precautions, especially if you are a beginner investor. Even if they appear to be the best option for you, this market is extremely volatile and hard to get into. Many people have benefited from cryptocurrencies, but the market remains volatile and unpredictable. You should learn more about how they work before investing in them. You always have to do your due diligence, but here you really are doomed to fail if you don't do your research. It is not uncommon for cryptocurrency to undergo a 30% or even larger increase or decrease in value in a short amount of time, making it a highly volatile asset. Millionaires can be made overnight, but people also lose all their money in seconds. Furthermore, if you invest in the wrong cryptocurrency, you risk losing all your money. 7. Private equity and hedge funds. Hedge funds and private equity are two almost exclusive options for the richest of people. There are two types of equity funds, private equity and public equity. The second is funded through the trading of shares on stock exchanges, and the first is funded through large organizations such as universities or others. When investing in private equity funds, you must often be a huge investor with a big net worth. Usually, you must earn at least $250,000 a year or have a net worth of $1 million to even be considered for one of these. These investors can be both individuals and organizations, but they must follow a set of rules. Hedge funds, on the other hand, are a completely different story. They use pooled funds and specific strategies, in this case, to generate massive returns for investors. Equity and hedge funds are very promising and tempting options, but they're not the best for a beginner. Really rich people invest their money in various investment options, and even if you don't have that much money, you could try some of the other options we've talked about. Hedge and equity funds, on the other hand, are usually restricted to the world's elite. 8. Alternative investments. Some of the wealthy invest their money in alternative investments, which can also be very profitable. These can be antiques, vintage items, rare and expensive musical instruments, NFTs, artwork, wine, or even patents. If you're a new investor, you might be wondering how can you possibly choose between all of these options. When it comes to alternative investments, the truth is that you must weigh what you enjoy against what is profitable and convenient for your portfolio, because I believe they are the most profitable option for now. Even so, that doesn't mean there aren't other options for keeping your money. Sometimes you can accomplish that while also having fun. Some people like to collect wines or antiques because they find it more enjoyable than other options. If you enjoy music, you can acquire the intellectual property rights to some songs. When it comes to alternative assets, you must consider what best aligns with your goals. At the same time, you must decide which one you will prefer. To summarize, millionaires and billionaires protect their wealth by investing in stocks, funds, cryptocurrencies, alternative assets, real estate, and commodities. They usually concentrate on one of these options, but the majority diversify their portfolio and select to divide it in all of these different assets. Mutual funds and stocks are the most common first choices for wealthy individuals, but this doesn't mean they're always the best. Once they start making more money, they usually purchase real estate to diversify their portfolio, as this is seen as one of the safest and best investments. And obviously, they never stop looking for new ways to make their money work for them. I hope you were able to learn about where rich people put their money and about the different type of assets there exist. Remember, while you may invest in all of these different type of assets, the best investment you'll ever make is in yourself. Always invest in yourself. You can do this in a number of ways, but usually it's done by developing new knowledge. For example, you're watching this video, so hopefully you gain some new knowledge. You've developed. You've become someone more valuable than you were before watching this video. Comment down below if you still have any questions, and I'll do my best to reply to them. Or just leave a comment, or just saying what topic you'd like a video about. You can even just share some knowledge, or just wish people a good day. Feel free to do whatever you want. It's your platform. This is for you. While we talk about knowledge, feel free to check out my other videos to gain some more knowledge. You'll gain value and become a better version of yourself, so think of it as an investment. So what do you think? How about you invest in watching some of my videos? That's all for now. I wish you good luck with all your investments, and see you in the next video.